What's up, everybody? I'm Nurse Blake, and I am here at NTI in Boston, and I have Nurse Michael with me. He's a flight nurse. I actually got to see you lecture a little bit about trauma. You talked about crush injuries. You also talked about stop the bleed and the important use of tourniquets. But I want to give all you guys the chance to ask questions to Nurse Michael about his experience in flight nursing. So if you do have any questions, feel free to submit them in the comments, and we will be sure to answer them live. So you're with Boston.
I'm with Boston Med Flight.
Cool. And how long have you been with them?
This is my 15th year with Boston Med Flight. It's my 20th year doing transport nursing.
And you guys have helicopters here at NTI in the expo pool.
We have a helicopter inside the building at NTI. We do not fly it in.
That's awesome. All the nurses are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they actually got a helicopter here. There's a helicopter. Did you fly this one?
Yep, that will go back to our base after NTI is over and be in service to transport patients.
That is so awesome. That's so cool. So how long have you been a flight nurse?
So I've been doing transport nursing for 20 years.
Okay.
And have been doing helicopter transport for almost all of those 20 years.
And what is your experience? So what's your experience in college, like your education experience?
So my college education started actually with a degree in economics. And like all good economists, I joined the fire department after going to college, worked there as a paramedic, left being a paramedic to go to nursing school. And part of the reason I did that was with the idea that I wanted to be a transport nurse.
Okay.
And so I worked in the hospital, doing adult pediatric emergency department, adult pediatric critical care, and then got a transport job. Went back on a master's degree in nursing, got a different transport job, and now here I am at NTI.
That's awesome. That's so cool. So, flight nursing, like what is the experience required to become a flight nurse?
So it varies a little bit from program to program. Generally, the idea is you have to have 3 years of emergency department or critical care experience, and it is helpful to have a BSN. It is helpful to have pre-hospital experience, but neither of those are always required. But sort of 3 years is a good guess. Boston Med Flight, we require you to have a BSN and 5 years of experience and be a CCRN.
Oh, 5 years of experience. CCRN. So be certified if you are working in critical care or in the emergency department. So ICU or emergency department. That's awesome. What are the shifts that you guys work?
So we're nurses like everybody else, and so we work rotating 12-hour shifts.
Oh, okay.
Half days, half nights, every other weekend, every other holiday, so just like hospital nurses.
Okay.
A little over half of the transport industry does 24-hour shifts.
I've noticed that. Some do 24 hours, so they like sleep, and you get a room.
Yeah, so that's certainly a very common shift pattern, especially in places where the bases are a little bit further from where people live.
Okay.
Our transport volume per vehicle is a little too high for that, so we'd be too busy in 24 hours
to do that.
To do it, yeah.
What is your average number of flights per shift?
So the average individual transport team does 1.3 transports every 12 hours.
Okay.
Boston Med Flight. The range, though, is the unpredictability. Is one of the things that's great about the job. So there are shifts where you don't do any.
Okay.
And the most I've ever done in 12 hours is 6.
What do you do when you're not doing anything?
So again, it depends a little with where you work. Some programs are hospital-based, and so their nurses are allocated into the hospital when they're not doing transport.
Oh, so they work like at the bedside? Oh, cool.
Or we'll do rapid response or something like that.
Okay.
At Boston Med Flight, our bases are at airports, and so it's like working for the fire department. If we're not doing a transport, we're at the base.
Reading, watching TV,
doing valuable educational activities, or having a cookout or watching TV.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. That's awesome. Very cool. There's another question I was going to ask you. Education, flights. You do helicopters, but there's also fixed wing. So can you explain what fixed wing is and what transports those are?
Absolutely. So a lot of people think about the job of flight nursing, and sort of when the whole operation started in Colorado in the 1970s, they were helicopter flight nurses. And now the field is transport nursing because most programs do helicopter transport, also have ground ambulances, and some of them have airplanes. And so that's what we do at Boston Med Flight. So you can see a helicopter behind us. There's an ambulance right in front of us. And so half of my transport shifts I work on a helicopter, half of them I work in a ground ambulance. And then a fixed wing airplane is the airplane that you think of that you fly around medically configured inside. And that gives you the chance to go longer distances and to fly in weather that helicopters can't fly in. So in fixed wing transport, some of that work is international. There are some programs that will fly you all the way around the world.
That's so cool. That's awesome. So in a helicopter, how many people and who is in the helicopter?
So the medical crew is almost always 3 people. So there's a pilot, a transport nurse, and somebody else. Over 85% of that time, that other medical provider is a paramedic.
Okay.
Some programs fly with 2 nurses. There are a couple programs that fly with a nurse and a respiratory therapist. There are some programs that fly with a nurse and a physician. But if you had to bet, on a pilot, a nurse, and a paramedic.
Okay, cool, awesome. Well, I actually want to go tour the helicopter so we can take this live camera and walk it over and show them what it looks like. Okay, cool, awesome. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. It's Nurse Michael here. He's a flight nurse, and we're actually live in Boston at NTI. This conference is sold out. There's over 9,000 nurses here. It's so much fun. But we're actually going to go tour the helicopter. So let me grab the camera and we will go take a look. If you guys have questions, we will answer them live, and let us know where you're tuning in from so we know where you guys are. And let show me the chopper. Does it have a name?
No.
No name, just a number. This is the bag. So this is how you put patients in here?
Yep, absolutely. So patients loaded from the rear, the stretcher comes out. It's a wheeled stretcher, just like you see with an ambulance. Okay. And so patient comes in and out through there. The providers sit just as you can see. We sit one person up at the patient's head, one person around the side of the patient. When we're working back here, we're always seat belted in, and we're always wearing helmets. And so we provide all of the patient care from those 2 seats.
That is so cool.
Instead of just
this is nice in here.
We're very fortunate that's like that. This is great equipment. This helicopter is
wireless.
One of the larger helicopters that's used for our medical transport.
It's pretty big.
And so we're fortunate that it gives us space to work, space for our stuff, and the ability to have a little bit more range and
from the monitor, put it right into our chart.
We're very fortunate in the quality of the equipment that we have.
Who gets to sit at the head of the patient?
We take turns.
You take turns?
I'm on first whirling.
Nice.
I'm third whirling.
This is so nice. I want to work in here.
It's a little different, but your ride costs a lot more than ours.
So the medical equipment you can see is exactly our vision is that we provide the same level of care to the patient.
Right.
As they're going to get at their receiving hospital. So the medical equipment you see is just what you'd see in the intensive care unit. Up the front is the ventilator that we take from bedside to bedside. So as soon as we get in contact with the patient, we put them on the ventilator. Keep it going until we get to the receiving hospital. In the middle is the multi-function monitor, so the overbed monitor. EKG, blood pressure, pulse oximetry, and then transduce 3 pressure lines into end-tidal CO2. IV pump is hanging on the wall, and we usually carry 2 of those. With those 2, we can do 6 continuous infusions.
Wow.
And then all the other stuff is carried in these bags.
Christina says it's her dream job. Christina, go for it. Do it.
Christine, it's the best job in the world.
He said best job in the world. It looks like it would be pretty cool. For sure. My dad was actually a flight respiratory therapist for many years.
Where did he work?
He loved it. Out of Orlando for a hospital. Loved it. Can we see the front?
Absolutely.
Can we see what that looks like? Here we go. We're going to check out the front of the chopper. Now, do you call it the bird? Okay, no. Some people call it the bird.
We call it the aircraft, or we call it the helicopter. So, pilot works up front. Helicopters fly from the right seat, so the opposite of your car, and we usually fly with 1 pilot. There are controls for 2, but we usually fly single pilot. If there's not a patient in the back, one of the 2 of us will ride up here. We don't know anything about how to fly an aircraft, but we can help run the radios and the GPS and look out for other traffic and stuff like that, so we can reduce pilot workload. If there's a patient, both of us are in the back and the pilot's up here alone.
There's a lot of buttons.
A lot of buttons. Brand new helicopter, and so the cockpit is mostly digital, so if you power it up, all the information that's usually in gauges comes up on those screens. And the pilot flies with both hands and both feet. So foot pedals down there, point which way the tail and the nose point. The collective here adjusts the rotor blades so the helicopter goes up and down. The cycling control here in the middle changes the pitch in various parts of the rotor blade, and that's what helps the helicopter go left or right or forward or backward.
Cool. That's all. Thanks so much for the tour. It was so awesome to meet you, Michael.
Sure thing. Thank you so much for
keep
having
up
me.
the great work. Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
So cool. I love that we got to speak with a flight nurse and also check out the helicopter. That would be like a really, really cool job. If any one of you are like interested or super passionate about flight nursing, do it. I think it would be so much fun. But so yeah, I'm here at NTI in Boston. It's day 3 of the conference. So fun. Like, my feet hate me because this expo hall is so big. I'm like constantly walking everywhere, and it's like my feet are like, stop walking. I think there's like 24,000 square feet of expo. I'll actually go live in about an hour or so and take you around the expo to show you guys the different booths. But I'm here at NTI. If you guys are here and you're at NTI, let me know. Put a link or a comment below so maybe we can meet up. And I'm gonna go grab some lunch because I'm starving, and then I will come back with you guys live and show you around the expo. Bye guys. So cool, the helicopter, love that.